Hi everyone, and thanks for joining our Hospitality and Catering TMC live event for the Manchester College. I'm shortly going to be passing you over to Alex, who is one of our tutors in the Hospitality and Catering department. Alex will be providing you with a showcase of hospitality and catering facilities and all the courses that you'll be involved with. If you have any questions at any point during today's event, you can pop them in a live Q&A box, which is just to the right hand side of your screen, and we'll be going through all the questions towards the end of the session. Okay, so I'm now going to pass over to Alex. Whenever you're ready, Alex.
All right, good evening. Hi, can you hear me? Am I coming through loud and clear?
Yeah, lovely.
All right, great. So good evening and welcome to the Manchester College's virtual open evening. Things are a little bit different at the minute due to COVID and things like that, but really exciting. We're kind of moving with the times. A lot of our lessons going online now, so our open evenings are going online as well. So let's get started. So welcome to Hospitality and Catering. My name is Alessandro Possamai. I'm one of the lecturers here at the Manchester College, and I've got I come from a wealth of background of running my own business and things like that, so I've got lots of industry experience as all of our tutors in the department. We're all really kind of passionate about what we do here, and we're really passionate about imparting our knowledge from the industry to you guys and getting you started and getting you foot in the door for a career in hospitality and catering, whether that's as a chef or whether that's working front of house or in bar work or whatever you feel passionate about. We've got everything and all the knowledge and all the tools to help you get there. So as I said, my name's Alex. I've worked at the Manchester College now for just over a year, and what a fantastic college it is. I've really kind of enjoyed my time here so far. I've got a fantastic team of chefs that I work with every single day, and we've got some really brilliant students as well, producing some fantastic foods. We've got lots of different campuses dotted around Manchester, so depending on where you're based, we're really accessible. I'm based at Openshaw, and we've got a few other different campuses. So we've got one at Wythenshawe, we've got one that's being currently built at Harper Hay, ready for this coming September, and we've got one at Field & Park as well. So some really good locations around Manchester. And we're also having a new department built in the centre of Manchester as well at the minute. So really exciting times for hospitality and catering at the Manchester College. So I'm going to take you straight into looking at what the course looks like. So this open evening is based around looking at starting in January. We have lots of different courses that run throughout the year, and that's everything from level 1, level 2 technical certificate, level 3 technical certificate. So some really complex cooking. We've got front of house qualifications, we've got specific patisserie qualifications, and we've got some really fantastic tutors with a wealth of experience who've worked all over the place, ready to teach you as well. Unfortunately though, they're quite lengthy courses, so we need a minimum of a year to cover that, and our working year runs from September to the following sort of June or July time. But we do run a fantastic course starting in January, which is a really good way to dip your toe in the water, see if it's something that you want to get involved with, get a little bit of a qualification between January and June, and set you up ready to come back in September and move on to something else that you feel a bit more passionate about. The structure of that qualification is based around what you can see on the screen here. So in January, we'll quickly work on getting you through the first 3 sections, which is poaching, boiling and steaming. So in this first foundation course, in this level 1 course, we look at methods of cookery. So we start, as I said, with poaching, boiling and steaming, and then we move on to stewing and braising, baking, roasting and grilling, deep and shallow frying, and then we couple that with some real working environments. So that RWE means real working environments. So we've got a fantastic little grab and go cafe that we have, and some of the students work in there, and we produce lots of food for there. And we do have a restaurant as well called Bistro East. Unfortunately, the bistro is not open at the minute due to COVID, but we are doing some exciting things. So we're doing a lot of desk delivery for Christmas lunches for the next couple of weeks, so we're busy getting all that ready. All my patisserie students have been working on chocolate logs today and Yule logs, and we've been making loads of mince pies ready for everybody for around college as well. So we've been really busy. So even though the restaurant's not open, we've got lots of other little live briefs that we're working with to kind of like give you a real kind of an idea about the sort of things that you'll be doing in industry. So really, really nice qualification, nothing massive, nothing too deep. It just gives you a really good idea about the sort of things that we'll cover and underpins a lot of knowledge that you might need ready to move up to level 2 or to move on to patisserie if you want to follow that route. Your working week looks a bit like follows. So if you look on the left hand side here, we've got practical sessions. So at the minute, we've got there 3 hours of practical skills classes and 5 hours of RWE. But because we've not got the RWE running, we're balancing it out and having more skills classes in there. So that's more time for you in the kitchen, learning skills, working in the grab and go, working on live briefs and delivering around college and things like that. And it's, you know, it's enough to kind of like keep you busy, and it'll also give you a little bit of time to work part-time at the evenings or weekends as well. We also supplement that with a little bit of theory as well. All our theory is working online at the minute. So you log in from home on your laptop. You can stay sat in your pajamas if you want, make yourself a cup of tea, and you log in on Microsoft Teams. So you'll need a laptop, and then the teacher will be there to meet you, and we'll have a virtual classroom. And in that virtual classroom, we'll deliver all the theory work that goes hand in hand with the practical work that you'll be learning whilst you're in college. So really, really good way of learning. Doesn't take up too much of your time. You can stay in for your Amazon deliveries as well. So we've had a couple of students saying, oh, I've just got to pop away, I've got to open the door, the postman's here. So you're able to do that. So really working well at the minute. We've also got some pictures just across the bottom of the types of dishes that we'll be creating. So on the left hand side, we've got a lovely little salmon dish here. This is pan-seared salmon with some crushed new potatoes and a little bit of a pesto sauce. We've got a grilled chicken kebab with braised rice and a sort of like harissa mayonnaise there. You can see on this picture just here, just next to it, we've got some really nice vegetables ready for a stir fry. So we're looking at not only those cooking skills, we'll look at refining your knife skills as well, getting your health and safety sorted, making you comfortable in the kitchen, getting you in your chef whites, getting you really, really comfortable, ready for industry or moving up to the next course. Okay, so really, really nice kind of like environment that does mirror industry really, really well. So onto the left hand side, just here we can see where your journey starts here. So if you were joining us in January, you'd start on the level 1 award. Okay, and that is a really good qualification. As I said, it's more focused around the methods of cookery rather than produce, and gives you a real good understanding of those methods of cookery. Okay, and that'll take us through to June. Okay, we'll kind of work with some knife skills and really kind of like start your kind of like steps onto in the catering industry. If you then wanted to, you could leave us with that qualification, go and get yourself a job in industry. We'd help you look for jobs. We've got some fantastic members of staff that work really well with industry, and we've got some brilliant industry links, and we'll help you look for jobs. If you feel as though you're not quite ready to go into industry and you want another year of education or another 2 years of education, we've got a few different options for you. So we could move up to the level 2 qualification. So the level 2 qualification is brilliant. It's a really good step up from level 1. So whereas on level 1 we focused on methods of cookery, level 2 we focus on the actual foods that we're cooking. So we've got units on stock, soups and sauces. We've got a meat and offal section. We've got fish and shellfish section. We have a baking section, so enriched bundles, things like that. So we'll be making Chelsea buns and Devonshire splits. So we really look at all the different units based around the food groups that we would be covering. So level 1 gives you a really good way of how to cook the food. Level 2, we actually look a bit further into the food. Level 3, we then move it up a gear. So a little bit more complex dishes, a little bit more complex methods of cookery, and we'll be creating a lot more technical dishes on the plate. And we're also looking at opening a level 4 next year. So you could go on to study in a level 4, which is kind of like around degree level. Okay, so you can really kind of spend a lot of time with us if you want to really kind of invest yourself into education with a Manchester college, or we can, whenever you're ready, we can help you find a job. So I've got some really good options for you. If you want to specialise in something like patisserie, so you want to move away from normal cookery, we do run some fantastic patisserie courses as well. So we've got a level 2 and a level 3 general patisserie and confectionery, and we've also got level 2 and level 3 technical patisserie courses, and they're based at our Industry of Excellence Academy with our fantastic tutor Mark Cooper. Now Mark is a brilliant patissier. He's got some fantastic experience from working around the world, and he's constantly posting on Instagram and Twitter and showing us the bits and pieces that he's up to. I think he's making gingerbread houses at the minute, and he's making Yule logs, and he's making filled chocolates and all sorts of things. Some really beautiful work. So we can specialise in patisserie. We're also going to be running as well next year our front of house qualifications. So if you're more interested in running the restaurant, so if you like the sort of thing that Fred Sirieix sort of does, looking at the bar, looking at all the cocktails, looking at the wines, coffee, that sort of stuff, and service in general, we're going to run some really fantastic front of house qualifications as well. Okay, so I'm just going to play a quick video for you now, and I'll be back with you in 1 minute.
Hi Alex, it looks like we're having some technical difficulties with the sound. Do you mind just resharing and clicking that audio button for us?
Okay, yeah, sure can.
Thank you.
All right, couldn't share system audio. All right, so let me just bear with me, guys. These things happen. Okay.
They do indeed, but
So,
no problem.
include system audio. Right, let me just open it up. Right. Sorry guys, just bear with me.
No, it's no problem.
Good job I know how to fix it, isn't it? All right, so let me just skip down to the frame we were on. All right.
Brilliant, thanks Alex.
Okay, let me know if you can hear it this time. Here we go.
Brill.
Yeah, so I'm Mark Cooper. I teach all the technical level 2 and level 3 technical patisserie courses here at the Manchester College. I did my apprenticeship long ago, and then I moved on to be executive pastry chef in some of the finest 5-star hotels around the world, worked in specialist bakeries. I did my master patissiers in Germany. I've had my own business. I've also gone on to do new product development. Then eventually led me into education. Been in teaching now 8 years. I've come into education to teach because I want to give back all my knowledge and experience to the students to see the students thrive. So yeah, the key skills here on the course, it's a very technical course. So what they're going to be learning from level 2 and level 3. Level 2, you're learning all to do with desserts, finishing touches, chocolate work. You've got to learn all about breads. You've got to do all the cakes and biscuits and sponges, different patisseries. And then that's then extended when they come on to the level 3. This course at this level will give any student that huge chance when they go out to industry, because that's what they look for. They want that all-rounder. So these students, they're learning bread, they're learning chocolate work, they're learning sugar work. So it really stands them in good stead for the future, for what they want to do. On this course, I've got some great links within industry. So we work together with the Stock Exchange in Manchester, at the Hilton Hotel, the Ivy Restaurant. We go to different bakeries. So students go out, first of all, to go on to work placement. I've already got some past students from here who are working in industry, and it's all these key skills what they learn which gives them that good advantage. Well, we are the #1 college in Greater Manchester, and we're always looking to improve further and further. The students here, the last 3 years we've achieved the highest results by the awarding body of the VTCT. They're learning all the key skills from someone who's been there, done that at the highest level. I'm a master patissier myself, and this is what I would want these students to achieve. The facilities, it matches what they need in industry. We have, we've got chocolate tanks for them to do all the chocolate work. We've got all the machinery, what they need. We've got all the ovens. It's all well spread out, as you can see when you film afterwards, that each student, they'll see with working here is exactly, if not better than some of the places in industry. The thing I enjoy most about teaching is that it's to see the students achieve. They're coming back to relearn or to retrain. They're seeing that they've chosen it because they enjoy doing it at home, but they want to take it further. And it's great to give my knowledge and my experience back to the students so that they can achieve.
I'm Olivia Rogers. I'm doing my diploma level 3 in patisserie and bakery, and my tutor is Mark Cooper. I decided to return to education because I've previously been doing chefing for the past 10 years, and I think I got to a point where I was just like, I'm not really progressing very much, doing the same job role over and over again, and I just wanted to take it a bit further, and I wanted to particularly specialise in the pastry side of things. Well, I've heard a lot about the Manchester College and that what they offer on the pastry course is, brilliant. So I decided to do it. I just applied online and that was it. I had help with funding from the college. They've got a bursary team that were very helpful. They helped me work out where I needed to go to get extra funding for the course. And yeah, it was dead easy. I just applied for the funding and that was that. Returning to college as an adult was quite nerve-wracking actually. I didn't really know what to expect, but I think it's the best. I feel like it's the best thing I've done. I've had so much fun doing it, and I've met so many lovely friends, and my tutor's been amazing. And yeah, and I just love it. So when I finish my course, I am planning to do a degree and then follow it up with a master's in patisserie. That's a brand new degree that's been set up by my tutor Mark, so that starts in 2022. The thing I like most about the college is the people on the course and obviously my tutor. In a nutshell, the Manchester College means to me opportunity.
All right, so that looks amazing. I mean, even I want to join up and do that course. It looks fantastic. Got some fantastic facilities, as you could see there in the video. Some brilliant facilities. As I said earlier, I'm currently based at Openshaw. Now, Openshaw is currently being changed into a sport academy. So next year we're having a new campus put together, a new campus built at Harper Hay. So we're going to have some brand new facilities to work in from next September. So if you wanted to join us this year, you could come to Openshaw and work with us up until June, July time. And then next year, if you want to move up onto level 2 or patisserie, you'd have brand new facilities to work from. And I mean, how amazing is that? It's very rare these days that you can go to a college that will be brand new next September. So yeah, Mark, fantastic tutor. I can't say enough about him. Got some real skill, got some fantastic experiences from working in industry, having his own business, and if there's someone that you want to go and learn patisserie off, Mark's your man to do it. I've got another quick video now for you. Seen this one, so right, okay, so let's move on. We've got another video in a few minutes. So as Mark was saying, not only do we just specialise in patisserie, we also look at breads as well. So we run some short courses, some full cost recovery evening courses. So if you want to focus on bread as well as patisserie, that's available to you as well. Okay. As Mark was saying, we've got an industry for excellence, centre of excellence, and we can really kind of like hone your skills and give you the opportunities to go as far as you want to go. After you finish your work with us, if you want to go and work in Australia, if you want to go and work on cruise ships, you want to go and work in Switzerland as a patisserie, we've got some fantastic links to industry and we'll be able to help you out with that. Some of the units that we would cover in our patisserie courses, on our technical patisserie courses, if you're interested in those, are just listed here. So different things like desserts, planning and preparing for service, finishing techniques. It's all well and good making the most fantastic desserts, but the finishes, if they're not absolutely refined and perfect, it has the ability to ruin that. So that's something we really focus on, is finishing techniques and just those little refined kind of like flourishes to make it look good at the end. Patisserie, biscuits, cakes and sponges, artisan baking, bread and fermented doughs, like one of my favorite things to do, making fresh bread. So we'll really look into the science behind bread, so you've got a good understanding about what's going on with your fermentation and your kind of like sourdough starters and things like that. We also are really aware that we're trying to get you ready for industry. So a lot of the units that we cover, we talk a lot about finances and costing. Okay, I'm continuously saying to my students, whether we're prepping onions or whether we're prepping fillet steak, that we've got to really kind of make sure that we have as little waste as possible, because when you have your own business, all that waste adds up over the course of a year and it's money out of your pocket that's going to be missing at the end of the year. And I want you to be as rich as possible, so when you're rich and famous, I can say, oh, I taught that student. So we look at costings, we look at food costs, we look at how to make sure that we're working as efficiently and as effective as possible, and also working with chocolate as well. Another fantastic unit, so you can make your own little truffles, your own filled chocolates, brilliant for Christmas presents or setting up your own business. So yeah, some really interesting bits and pieces that we've got on the level 3 technical patisserie courses. Going back to what we were saying before about the industry, what can the industry offer for you? So travel. When I was at catering college, just after I finished catering college, I went to work in the French Alps. Went out snowboarding every day and then went back to work in the restaurant in the evening, and I had a fantastic time. I've got friends that went to work in Canada, went to work in America. I've got friends that worked on cruise ships. When I was at catering college, one of the lads ended up being executive chef for Richard Branson on Necker Island, fantastic chef. So the world really is your oyster. This is one of those qualifications that you can use wherever you want to go. If you can cook, then you can go anywhere you like. Not only do we just focus on the cooking, we're also trying to introduce you to teamwork, working with your peers, making sure that you can effectively work as a team in industry, and really help you develop those kind of like workplace skills that you're going to need to interact with others. We use a lot of industry terminology, so we'll broaden your vocabulary and things like that, and really get you ready for industry. If you want to take a quick look at the sort of things that we're doing, we've got a couple of Instagram pages and we've got a Facebook page as well. We've got a fantastic website at the minute. So just on the left hand side here, this is our TMC website. If you have a look through for hospitality and catering, there's all the information that you're going to need there. And if you still want to ask any more, just give us a call, come in and have a chat to us, and come and have a look around the department, see if it's something you want to get involved with. We'll always make time for you if you want to come in and have a look around. We've got some Instagram pages as well that you can take a look at. So we've got TMC Hospitality and Catering there, so you can see a few of the dishes that we've created. And we've got a little Facebook page as well, TMC L1 Culinary Skills. So that's our level 1 culinary skills Facebook page. So have a look through, see what you can find. If you do want to come and have a chat with us, please do. We're really approachable. We're a dead nice bunch. So yeah, come and say hello. As I mentioned before, we've got this thing called full cost recovery courses. So these are courses that are more short courses that you would pay for, and there is a fee for these courses. But if you are interested and you've got the bug, it might be something that you want to invest in a little bit. So we've got bread bakery, basic cake decoration, intermediate cake decoration, cakes, bakes and treats, vegan baking and gluten-free baking. So these are all different courses, full cost recovery courses that we run, and Mark runs those ones. So you'd be working with Mark, and they'll give you some real good skills. They don't last too long, so it's not going to be like a full year's course. It might be kind of like 6 weeks weeks, 8 weeks, something like that, and they're different prices. But if you're interested in those, you want to dip your toe in the water before starting next September, just drop Mark an email. So his email address is just there, mcooper@tmc.ac.uk. So if you are interested in those, just drop him a line. We're going to have a quick Q&A now. I just want to finish up on a few bits and pieces. So the obvious elephant in the room that we need to talk about is COVID. Is the industry suffering from COVID? Yes, it is. However, the industry is going to bounce back. It's already bouncing back. All the top chefs working all over the UK, really kind of like developing the way that they deliver food. So you see a lot of these top chefs still working. Their restaurants are still really busy. They've got the staff in, and they're creating these packages that they're sending out to people at home. We've got a lot of chefs who have, during lockdown, came and did short courses with us to upskill, ready to get back to work. The catering industry is always going to be there. I've got lots of friends in the catering industry, and not one of them's out of work at the minute. They're all grafting. They're all working really hard. Everyone needs to eat. It's a fantastic industry, and although it is uncertain times, you know, we are batting down the hatches, so what a good time to come and get a bit of education. And when all this blows over, you'll have your qualification and you'll be able to go out there and get a new job and start a new career. All right, the time's going to pass anyway. Come and spend some time with us at the Manchester College. So don't worry, the industry is going to bounce back. We're going to be good. I've told you about, we've got a couple of new exciting builds happening. So we've got a city centre campus being built at the minute. Some really exciting things going on there. And we've got Harper Hay opening next September. So come and have a chat with us. If you're accessible to, if Harper Hay is accessible to you, come and do a foundation course with us, level 1, ready to start level 2 next September. And you know, you'll be privy to those new environment and that brand new kitchen. You know, what a better way to start your training. Let me just check if I've covered all my notes. So we've talked about City Centre Campus, we've covered Harper Hay, we've talked about Mark's School of Excellence, we've talked about the different staff. So we've got Nick, fantastic lecturer, we've got Howard, who's a course leader, Andrew, who runs the restaurant, brilliant, wealth of knowledge, all these guys. We've got Mark Cooper, who's the patissier, and we've got Daniel, another fantastic lecturer, and me, Alex, as well. So we've got a really good, strong team. We've got loads of passion, really lots of knowledge about the industry, and we're dotted all around Manchester, so we're really accessible to you all. Another thing that we have great links with is the Chefs Forum. So that gives us really strong links to chefs in industry, and we just had Exos there who was on MasterChef the Professionals last year and was also on Bake Off the Professionals, coming and giving us a demonstration last week. So Chefs Forum opens so many doors for us, and we can invite chefs in and gives us really good solid links to industry. So that's something that we're involved with, and we've got some real good work experience links as well. So we'll be able to get you out there working in industry. So come and join us. Come and dip your toe in the water. Take that step. Come and have a go on the level 1 course. If you don't like it, by June you can finish up, but I can guarantee you will absolutely love the time that you spend with us. All right, so any questions?
Oh, that was brilliant, Alex. Thank you so much for that. We do have some questions. The first question we have for you is, will I be in college 5 days a week? So we've got another question that's quite similar, whether these courses, are how they differ to the 16 to 18 courses. So I thought that would be one that we'd join together for you.
Yeah, okay. So will we be in college 5 days a week? The answer is no. Okay, although these are classed as full-time courses, you will be in 1 to maybe 2 days a week maximum at the minute, and then you might have one online lesson at home. Okay, we've tried to kind of work out the timetables to make sure that people aren't in college as much as possible so that we can adhere to social distancing, but we believe that our practical lessons are really important, so we're keeping those, but our class sizes are nice and small. So maximum you'll be in is 1 to 2 days, maybe 1.5 days, and then you will have another online lesson that is maybe 1.5 to 2 hours a week. Okay, so it gives you plenty of time to keep up with your part-time job, keep up with your knitting club, keep up with whatever it is that you like doing. So you know, we can work around you. At the minute, we've got some courses that run just during the day, and we've got some courses that run half during the day and up until finishing at about 7 o'clock in the evening. So not night courses, but you know, they start at 4 o'clock and they're done by 7 o'clock. As for the 16 to 18 courses, the 16 to 18 students, they have a little bit more to contend with, because as an education provider, we want to make sure they've got their maths and English. We need to make sure that their well-being is all right. So we have a tutorial where we kind of spend a bit of time with them and chatting to them and making sure that their well-being is all right. And we do a specific employability lesson where we look at getting them ready for a job. So we would kind of look at building CVs, look at what's going on in the industry, looking at any common trends, things like that. But as an adult course, it's just the qualification, the core qualification. So you'd be in for your practical sessions and your theory sessions online, and that's it.
That's brilliant, thank you, because there was a couple of questions about whether they had evening classes or part-time classes, and I think you've just answered that in one, so that's brilliant.
Right.
Another question here is how much of the work we do will be theory based?
Right, okay, so for the level 1 course, there's not a terrific amount of theory. We try to do sort of between 3 and 5 hours of practical work, and then we try and keep it about an hour and a half theory work a week. We don't want to kind of like baffle you and stress you out, and we want to give you a really good kind of like balance of practical, but we also link that up. So anything that you're studying in your practical sessions will be backed up with your theory sessions. So we make real good links between the two. So there's not masses to do. It does get more complex as you move up through the levels. So if you were coming back to do level 2, a bit more complex. And if you were on the technical levels, they're a bit more complex again. So there's assignments and things like that to do. But on the level 1 course, you just need to turn up for the theory classes, do a little bit of revision on the things that we talk about, and then we might have a short answer question paper. So that might be kind of 10 or 15 questions, and you just need to write a sentence or so to answer the question. So one of the questions might be list 2 or 3 cuts of meat from the hind quarter of a cow. Okay, so you would just say, you know, fillet steak, rump steak, whatever it is. So really, we don't have to write essays, things like that, but you just need to do it a little bit of time revising.
Brilliant, thank you. Another question here. Will I be able to take level 1 culinary in January and then join professional cookery level 2 in September? So
we are hoping that, yes, you'll be able to come and do the level 1 qualification in January, and you'd work through with us as long as you attend all the sessions and you don't nick off to go and you know, have a beer in town like I used to do when I was at catering college. No, I didn't, I'm only joking. So as long as you attend all the sessions and we get that full qualification boxed and out of the way, you'll be then ready for level 2.
Brilliant, thank you. Another question for you. Do I need to provide my own ingredients and my own uniform?
Right, so no, you don't need to provide your own ingredients. We provide all your ingredients for you. Your uniform, we expect you to purchase a uniform. So we would expect you to have chef whites, chef pants, just black chef pants, non-slip shoes with steel toe caps, and butcher's aprons and a hat. Now, we order everything from the same company, which means that we get a little bit of discount. So when you come to enroll, we'll give you a uniform list. We'll show you absolutely everything that you need, and you can send that off and with a bit of a payment. I think it's about 65 quid, and it'll get delivered to college. And as soon as you start at college, it should be here waiting for you. If you're on any benefits, you might be able to get help with the funding for that. So what you would do is you would pay for it up front, and we'd fill in a student, an SLA form, and you would be able to claim the expenses back, or at least some of those expenses back. And that's if you're on benefits or in receiving any benefits.
That's brilliant, thank you. Another question here. What will I be able to do after this qualification?
Okay, so If you were just studying the level 1 qualification, you might be able to go and work, say, as a commis chef in a big hotel where you're working with a big kitchen brigade, where you'll be working with lots of different chefs who will be able to show you the ropes. You might be able to get a job as a catering assistant, and maybe as kind of like a kitchen assistant, or a commis chef working in a cafe, something like that. Or you could come back and do the level 2, and that gets you more ready for working as chef de partie in a restaurant. So a few different options for you there. But if you want to just study just the level 1 qualification, that'll kind of just help you get your foot in the door. You've got a little bit of experience from college, you've worked with us, we could help you find a really good job. But if you feel as though the industry is the way to go for you after your level 1 qual, you'd be starting kind of like on one of the entry level jobs, but it's a foot in the door.
Definitely, thank you. Another question here: is the adult course a good alternative to going to university?
So it all depends on what you want to study. If you were going to university, I'm guessing that you wouldn't be going to study a degree in culinary arts, because you would already have a prior qualification in catering and hospitality. I think that cooking qualifications are always fantastic, because even if you don't end up taking it up professionally, you're going to need to cook for yourself, someone you care about, someone you want to impress. Okay, so learning out the basics of cooking, rather than just kind of like beans on toast, you might want to impress someone one day, and if you can knock up some nice poached eggs on toast with a little bit of asparagus and some hollandaise sauce, that's just that little edge that you've got over somebody else. All right, so everyone's going to need to cook. All right, you could come and do this course between now and June next year and get ready for September, starting university next September. But by then, we're hoping that you'll have the bug and you'll want to stay with us and get into the catering industry.
That's brilliant, thank you. Okay, so we do have one more question. What kind of experience do the tutors have on the course?
Okay, so my personal experience, I left catering college a long time ago, and I went to work in the French Alps for a while, and I worked did a little bit of pastry while I was out there, and then I was working starters and main courses in a restaurant, doing a bit of snowboarding as well. Then I came back and I worked in the Lake District for a while at the Langdale Hotel and Country Club. And then I was a kitchen manager for a while, and I wanted to got a little bit of experience around nutrition and costings and things like that, and a few other jobs here and there. And then for the past 12 years, I ran my own business. So I had an outside catering company, and I had a sandwich bar and deli in Preston. We were really, really busy. And during that time, I took a lot of students on work experience, and I went into colleges and did barista training with all the students there. And I got a real bug for working with young people and working with university students and doing all the training for all my staff. And I found a real passion for teaching. So after 12 years, I thought, what am I going to do for the next 12 years now? Do I want to carry on with this, or have I got a bit more of a bug for something else? So I decided to sell up, and I went to uni to study, to do my teacher training. And here I am, a few years later. I'm a chef lecturer, and I love imparting my knowledge and working with young people and adults alike, and showing them the ways of the industry. I know Howard, who is the course leader, has got some fantastic industry experience. He's worked done ski seasons in America, got a lot of patisserie experience. I know that Nick has worked in Michelin star restaurants, and he's got some brilliant experience. He tends to run our technical level courses because he's got lots of knowledge about how to really refine dishes and really kind of take them to that next level. Andrew's worked in industry front of house, got some really good experience, got a lot of industry links still for the centre of Manchester, knows a lot of businesses, and Daniel's the same. Daniel's worked as a chef for a long time, some brilliant industry experience. So a lot of lecturers that you might come across, they might have gone to school, gone to college, gone to university, got their degree, then done the training, and then started teaching straight away. And that's great, really, really good. But when you train to be a chef lecturer, you can't get away from the fact that we need lots of industry experience. So that's why none of us are too young, because we worked in industry for a long time. When we train to be teachers, we don't actually learn anything about catering. We need to know all that to begin with. We then learn to be teachers and how to give you that knowledge. So we've all worked in industry for such a long time, and we've got a real knowledge and a real passion for the industry. And you know, we're ready to kind of hand that over to you. So, you know, all as lecturers here, we can't, none of us finished university and became a lecturer straight away, because we need that industry experience. It's so valuable, and we want to be able to give that to you. So a wealth of knowledge.
That's brilliant, thank you. I mean, you've definitely sold me on this course.
Come on, we've been making chocolate logs today. Come across and I'll make you a cup of tea and a chocolate log. Forget your job, you can come and do catering with us.
Well, we have come to the last of our questions for today's session, so thank you, Alex. And thank you all for attending our hospitality and catering session. We have more TMC live sessions running until Thursday, so that's tomorrow. So you can visit our tmc.ac.uk/TMC Live website to register for any other sessions. If you'd like to apply to the Manchester College for September 2021, please just visit the website. We do have courses available to start from January 2021, as we have mentioned. So if you'd like more information, please visit the website /JansStartsAdult, or you can just give us a call. This evening our team are available, so it's 0161 674 1080. All of this information, we're going to pop that in the Q&A box for you as well. For learners with special educational needs and disabilities, we have a transition team. They're on hand to make sure your experience is as best as possible. Please contact them by emailing the transition team at tmc.ac.uk. We'd love your feedback from today's session. All of this is going to be in the Q&A box, like I've said, but if you can just fill out that feedback form, it's a quick 5-minute survey, and you can be selected at random to win a nice £20 Amazon voucher. So that's it from us. Thank you very much for attending, and thank you, Alex. Hope you all have a lovely evening.
See you later, everybody. Bye-bye.